This better not be a waste of time. I'm not here to see lame-ass costumes. They better be spicy, you know? Otherwise, I might just invent something on the spot to make things interesting.
Well, Miu, the probability of encountering substandard costumes is high given the historical context of Halloween. It's a social construct that often leads to a decline in costume quality over time. Facts don't care about your feelings, and bad costumes don't either. I love you, but don't get your hopes up.
Oh, don't be like that, Benny boy. Halloween's about having fun, even if some costumes are as bad as your YouTube comment section. Right, cosplay queen? You should know all about what's bad and real bad, huh?
I think Halloween is about creativity. Even if the costumes aren't perfect, people put effort into them, and that's what counts. Right, Monika?
Well, as the president of the literature club, I think creativity should be appreciated. But of course, we're not just here for any costumes, are we? We're looking for ones that truly stand out. For better or worse. Maybe they'll be a cut above the edge.
Oh, trust me, Tsumugi. Some of these costumes are gonna be so bad, even your cosplay genius excuse won't save them.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see, right?
Blah, 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 fucking nerd talk. Let's just get to the costumes already. I want to see something so horrible it burns my genius eyes. Like, come on, give me some trash.
Well, if we're discussing the horrific aspects of Halloween costumes, I think we should also explore the economic and social impact of poor design choices.
Boring. Let's just get to the part where we roast these costumes. I want to see if any of these are worse than some of your political hot takes, Benny.
Hell yeah, bring on the cringe.
Can't wait to see how you react, Tsumugi. Let's see if anything can break that poker face of yours. Little Ms. Mastermind.
I'm sure it'll be interesting.
Oh, come on. What the actual hell? That guy's wearing a freaking toilet. Dude's so proud of it, too. You know what? I should just take a dump in that fake toilet right now to teach him a lesson. Then he'll learn real fast how dumb that costume is.
A toilet? What exactly is the purpose of such a costume? There's no logical connection between a toilet and Halloween. It's entirely disconnected from any kind of thematic relevance.
Oh, Miu, you really know how to make things messy, don't you? But seriously, this guy looks way too happy for someone dressed like a public restroom. Maybe he's trying to make a statement? Or maybe he's just full of, well, you know, shit.
It's certainly an unconventional choice. Maybe he's just having fun, but I can't say it's the most creative or aesthetically pleasing costume I've seen. And I thought Sayori wearing a giant noose for Halloween was unconventional. Still, it's very creative.
It's a little too low effort, don't you think? Like anyone could slap together a toilet and call it a costume. Where's the craftsmanship? The dedication? This is Halloween. There should be more thought behind it.
Aw, come on, Tsumugi. You sound like you're about to whine over bad cosplay. But I agree. If you're gonna do something ridiculous, at least commit all the way. Maybe add some sound effects, like flushing noises every time he walks. Or have some fake shit in the bowl, I don't know.
Seriously, at least I put effort into my stuff. This guy's just a walking bathroom. He deserves my dump of the century for that, right, Ben?
I don't think your hypothetical bathroom break is the appropriate solution here, Miu. Though I will concede this costume lacks any clear intellectual merit.
Oh man, imagine if someone flushed him down his own costume. Now that would be funny. This guy's really the bottom of the barrel. Or should I say, the bottom of the bowl.
Let's just hope the next costume is a little more thoughtful.
I don't know. I kind of want to see more trash. It gives me ideas for inventions. But seriously, that dude's lucky I'm not nearby, or he'd be getting an explosive upgrade.
Well, maybe you'll blow up this next one too.
Wait! That's just me! What the hell, Kokichi? You put a picture of me up there, you little troll?
Wahaha! Oh man, your face. You were going off about how bad the costume was, and it was just you the whole time. Priceless! I couldn't resist.
You're comparing me to a toilet? Fuck you! You little shit! You think this is funny, huh? I'm gonna turn you into a human-sized screw and drill you into the ground.
To clarify, this is not a costume. It's simply an unedited photograph of you, Miu. What exactly is the purpose of this in the context of Halloween? Hypothetically, do you want to get the shit beat out of you? You are sincerely asking for it.
Shut up! No one asked you, scrawny nerd.
Well, Kokichi did say we'd be seeing some horrific costumes, but I didn't expect this. It's certainly a bold move.
I mean, it's kind of funny, Miu, in a Kokichi sort of way.
Come on, Miu. It's a compliment. You're the scariest costume anyone could wear. Besides, it's not my fault you can't tell the difference between a picture of yourself and a costume. Guess you just look like a real-life cartoon character.
Screw you, Kokichi. I'm 10 times hotter than any costume version of me could ever be. You just wait. I'm gonna invent something that'll turn you into my personal Halloween decoration.
Looking forward to it, Miu. Just make sure it's not as cheap as your... Oh, wait, that's you, not a costume.
That's it, you're dead. I'm gonna turn you into a fucking toilet, Kokichi.
Before you do, I have something to say.
Once I was 7 years
fuck
old.
yourself, Kokichi.
Mama told me, go make yourself some...
So, Miu, how's your aim feeling today? That chair had quite the impact. Gotta say, the hospital staff loved hearing about how I got sent there because you couldn't handle a little joke.
Oh, shut it, Kokichi. I should have aimed lower. That'll prevent you and Monika from creating any devil's spawn. You're lucky I didn't throw you in the toilet where you belong. You deserved that chair for pulling that crap.
While I don't condone physical violence, Miu, I can understand why you'd be upset. However, it's important to note that throwing furniture at someone is an irrational response that fails to address the core issue. We have to deal with Kokichi in a more peaceful way.
Aw, Benny, you're such a buzzkill. It was totally worth it, though. I mean, the look on her face? Priceless. You should have seen the nurses trying not to laugh when I told them what happened. Miu, you've got quite the rep now. A real Halloween horror.
Yeah, well, I've got another chair with your name on it if you want to keep talking, dumbass.
Let's just focus on today's costumes, shall we? Yesterday got a little out of hand. I'm sure we can avoid a repeat of that.
Yeah, let's just move on. There's no need for anyone else to end up in the hospital.
Fine, but I swear, if this idiot pulls another stunt, I'm not holding back this time.
Oh, I'm so scared. I'm on my best behavior, promise. No more pranks. For today.
Let's hope so, because I'm not interested in another trip to the emergency room. Time to get back on track.
Right. Let's see the next costume and hopefully keep things a little less eventful.
Oh my god, what is that? Is that Peppa the Pig or Peppa the Nightmare? That thing looks like it hasn't slept in years. Just look at those dead eyes. I feel like it's staring into my soul.
What the hell? Peppa looks like she ate an entire freaking farm. Who in their right mind thought this was a good idea? That giant head? Ugh, it's like someone inflated a balloon and forgot to stop.
This is a grotesque misrepresentation of an innocent children's character. The design is wildly disproportionate, and there's absolutely no aesthetic or thematic value here. It's just unsettling.
It's, definitely memorable. I'm not sure what they were going for, but that's not the Peppa from any story I've ever read. I can't tell if this is terrifying or just really sad.
Ooh, well, as a cosplay expert, I can say, that's not how you do it. That costume is supposed to be cute and fun, but all I see is a giant bloated nightmare. The proportions are all wrong, and that face, it's like Peppa gave up on life. That's very despairing to say the least. I think she needs recast. I suggest Lindsay Lohan.
I love it. This is the perfect kind of bad. Whoever's inside that thing must be having the time of their life, scaring every kid they come across. This Peppa looks like she's ready to drop some existential dread on the whole party. Hey, maybe she's seen too much. Too many terrible costumes like us.
If I was stuck inside that thing, I'd invent a way to get out in seconds. No way in hell am I walking around with a head bigger than my brain.
You'd probably make it worse, Miu. Imagine a talking Peppa with your attitude. Now that would be horrifying. Though I bet Ben would love to lecture the kids on why this Peppa doesn't follow basic design principles.
If you're implying that I'd willingly engage with something as ill-conceived as this, you're mistaken. Though I would argue that this costume reflects a fundamental misunderstanding of the original character's purpose.
I think we can all agree this one's unsettling at best. Let's hope the next one is a little more balanced.
Peppa the Pig should be cute, not this. But Kokichi's right. There's something about it that's just so bad it's almost funny.
Whatever, just get this creepy thing off the screen already. I've seen enough nightmare fuel for one day.
Come on, Miu. I thought you'd want to make it into a real-life robot or something. You could bring it to life and make it even scarier. Peppa, destroyer of worlds.
Say that again, and I'll become the destroyer of your face, Kokichi. I'll terminate your face, loser.
Ooh, I love it when you're feisty, Miu. Makes this even more fun.
Oh, come on. This is the laziest shit ever. A freaking bedsheet with holes in it? What are we, in kindergarten? I've seen more creativity in a toilet seat.
Wow, really? A ghost? This has to be a joke, right? This costume's so basic it's almost insulting. I mean, we just went from giant Peppa the Pig nightmare fuel to this snooze fest. At least Peppa had some personality.
You know, I usually appreciate simplicity, but this is just lazy. There's no thought or effort here at all. I mean, a ghost? Really? That's the go-to when you don't want to try. I think even the literature club could come up with something more creative. Minus Natsuki, I guess. We work with words, not costumes.
Indeed, this is an example of absolute minimal effort. It reflects a lack of respect for the holiday and its traditions. There's no innovation here, no connection to any deeper meaning or themes. This ghost is nothing more than a hollow attempt at participation.
As someone who lives for cosplay and crafting, this hurts me. It's not even a good ghost costume. No shape, no design, just a sheet. They didn't even try to make it look like an actual ghost. No creativity, no effort, no anything. This is what happens when people don't care about their costumes.
Careful, Tsumugi. You're about to have an aneurysm over the ghost. It's so lazy it's literally killing you instead of the person who wears it. But seriously, this is so boring I might actually die from it. No wonder this ghost looks so dead inside.
Yeah, if you're gonna be a ghost, at least try to make it spooky. Put some LEDs in the eyes, make it float, do something. But no, this lazy-ass loser just slapped a sheet over themselves and thought they'd call it a day. That's just pathetic.
Honestly, they should have just stayed home. It's scarier to not show up than to show up in that thing. Imagine someone coming up to a Halloween party in this, and people are like, "Oh, look, it's Todd in a sheet again." Todd, please, for the love of despair, go home.
It's like they didn't even try to embody the spirit of Halloween. Even if you don't have resources, there are so many ways to get creative. But it just feels like they gave up before they even started. This one gets a failing grade from me.
Precisely. The lack of any artistic or intellectual engagement here is staggering. This costume represents the abandonment of effort in favor of convenience. It's a stark example of the decline in standards when it comes to cultural traditions.
This is the kind of thing that gives cosplay a bad name. People think they can get away with this kind of lazy shortcut. If they saw how much work goes into real costumes, they'd be embarrassed to even wear this out.
I say we all pitch in and get this person a real costume. I'll even lend them my bandage. It's probably more creative than what they're working with here.
Screw that! They don't deserve our help! Just let them float away in their basic-ass ghost sheet and disappear into obscurity where they belong.
Let's just hope the next costume shows a little more effort. There's nowhere to go but up from here.
Unless the next costume is someone in a spooky black trash bag. Now that's a next-level classic.
Oh my god! A giant foot? Really? What the hell is this guy thinking? Betcha he's hoping for some weird-ass trick-or-treaters with a foot fetish to knock on his door. Maybe give him a little treat, if you know what I mean.
Ew, Miu. Seriously? You had to go there? Though I guess this foot's got the gross factor down. Like, who looks at a foot and thinks, yeah, that's what I want to be for Halloween?
Miu, that's really inappropriate. I don't think we need to bring foot fetishes into this conversation, though I have to agree the costume itself is unsettling in all the wrong ways.
Who even makes a foot costume? That's so weird. And not in a good way. I've seen some strange cosplays in my time, but this is on another level of disturbing.
Miu, leave it to you to take something already gross and make it worse. But seriously, why a foot? What was this guy thinking? It's like he wants people to run away from him, not toward him. Can you imagine trick-or-treating at this guy's house? You'd get candy and nightmares.
Damn right! No one's gonna want to deal with that freaky foot. He'll be handing out toe jam-flavored candy.
This conversation has descended into absurdity. Let's move on before we lose any semblance of rationality.
Agreed. Let's hope the next one doesn't involve any more body parts.
What the actual hell? Is this dude trying to be a discount Cinderella after eating 20 Big Macs? I've seen blow-up dolls with more dignity than this.
Oh man, I can't. This is just too good. It's like someone dared him to be the most ridiculous thing possible, and he won. Fat blow-up princess? I didn't even know that was a thing, but I'm so glad it is. This guy deserves a medal.
I don't even know what to say. It's not even the fact that it's a princess. It's just so over the top and silly. I mean, who even thinks of something like this? It's like he's making fun of the whole idea of dressing up, but in the weirdest way possible.
This is a choice. I mean, I get wanting to have fun, but why a blow-up princess? And why so big? It's not even an accurate princess look. It's like a parody of a parody.
This is an egregious display of frivolity and lack of self-respect. Dressing up is supposed to be about creativity, not devolving into absurd mockery. This costume achieves nothing but attention-seeking through its sheer ridiculousness. It's the opposite of what a costume should embody. What an asshole.
Oh, come on, Benny. Lighten up. This guy's not just wearing the costume, he's living his best life in it. You gotta admire his dedication. I mean, look at him. He looks so proud of it. I bet he's the life of the party, bouncing around in that thing.
Yeah, this guy's probably just rolling around, crushing everything in sight. Can you imagine him trying to sit down? He'd pop the whole damn room. Betcha. He thinks he's real pretty in that too. Maybe he's looking for his Prince Charming.
It's definitely a conversation starter, I'll give him that. But I just can't take this seriously at all. It's so exaggerated. Like, what was the thought process here? It's like he wanted to make sure no one forgot him.
It's definitely unforgettable, but I don't know if that's a good thing in this case. There's funny, and then there's this. I mean, I'm all for creative costumes, but this is just so out there.
I respect the hustle. I'd wear something like that just to mess with people. Could you imagine me as a big, puffy princess? It'd be epic.
Oh, I could totally see you in that. You'd be strutting around like you own the place, twirling in your poofy skirt like some kind of demented fairy tale. I'd pay to see that.
Let's focus on finding costumes with more substance, shall we? This inflatable nonsense contributes nothing to the tradition of Halloween.
Right. Let's see what's next and hope we don't get another inflatable disaster.
What the hell? Who dresses a little kid up as freaking Hitler? This is beyond messed up. Like, what? Did this kid get rejected from art school too and now he's going full dictator?
Yikes! That's a costume choice that should have stayed an idea. Like, who thought this was funny or okay? That kid looks like he doesn't even know who he's supposed to be. Just awkwardly standing there, probably thinking he's some kind of soldier. I admire the details, but they should have stayed in your imagination, Pumpkin.
Oh no, this is so wrong. This poor kid. I doubt he even understands what he's dressed as. This just makes me feel bad. Someone should have stopped this.
This is so awkward. I mean, who even thought this was a good idea? It's not funny, it's not clever, it's just uncomfortable. This poor kid's going to have no idea why everyone's giving him weird looks all night.
This is not only inappropriate, but historically insensitive. Adolf Hitler represents one of the darkest periods in human history, and trivializing that by turning it into a costume, especially for a child, is appalling. Whoever is responsible for this should seriously reconsider their decisions. As a Jew, I want to choke this kid out.
I mean, if this kid's supposed to be Hitler, at least give him a little cardboard art portfolio to carry around, right? Maybe he can explain to the other kids how his art got rejected, and this was his plan B. But for real, though, this is one costume that should have never left the drawing board.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, who's gonna walk up to this kid and be like, "Oh hey, cute Hitler costume"? Nah, this is a total party killer. Poor kid probably doesn't even know what he's dressed as, just getting dragged around by some idiot parents. This is awkward as hell!
I just feel sorry for him. He's going to look back at pictures from this Halloween and be so embarrassed. This isn't just a bad costume, it's a total misunderstanding of what's appropriate.
Yeah, there are a million things you could dress a kid up as. And this is what they chose? It's not even about being historically accurate or anything. It's just wrong on every level.
Well, at least we know who won't be winning best costume at the party. Imagine this kid showing up to a school Halloween contest. The teachers would probably just slowly back away.
betcha he'd get a participation ribbon, though. Like, good effort, kid. Here's your candy and a history lesson. Honestly, he'd probably scare the crap out of all the other kids with that getup.
This is exactly the kind of thoughtless behavior that diminishes the importance of historical education. It's essential that people understand the gravity of figures like Hitler and the impact of trivializing such serious matters. This is far beyond a bad costume. It's a complete failure of judgment.
Let's hope this is a one-time mistake, and that this poor kid doesn't have to endure any more awkwardness tonight. Honestly, I'm ready to move on from this one.
Yeah, let's just hope the next one is a little less, well, uncomfortable.
Ta-da! Save the best for last! Look at you, Kokichi. Ain't you just the cutest little trash gremlin? You're welcome! It's the most accurate costume here. Figured you could use a reminder of what a little shit you are.
Oh, wow, Miu. Really? You went there? I mean, it's almost flattering that you spent this much time thinking about me. Clearly, I'm living in your head rent-free. But you've got to admit, I pull off this look better than anyone.
Oh my, this is something. Miu, you really went all out, didn't you? I didn't think anyone could make Kokichi look more mischievous than he already is, but you might have done it.
I mean, I've seen worse, but this is definitely a choice, Miu. I guess. It's creative? You really captured his essence, though. I'll give you that.
Once again, Miu, you've chosen mockery over substance. While I can appreciate an attempt at humor, this costume serves no purpose beyond insulting someone else. If this is your idea of creativity, it's sorely lacking.
Aw, come on, Benny. Don't ruin Miu's fun. This is her masterpiece. Look at me. I'm practically a work of art. Besides, it's not every day someone gets a custom costume like this. Miu must really care about me if she went through all the trouble.
Oh, you wish I cared, Kokichi. Nah, I just wanted to remind you what a little rat you are. Plus, after yesterday, you're lucky I didn't make this picture even worse. Consider it payback for putting up that picture of me.
Okay, Miu, you got me. But let's be honest, this is nothing compared to your reaction yesterday. You threw a chair at me. At least I'm handling this with style.
Well, I think we can all agree this costume definitely stands out. You two really know how to push each other's buttons. But at least Kokichi's taking it better this time.
Yeah, I'm just glad it didn't turn into another hospital visit. But let's maybe not keep escalating the pranks, okay? This could get out of hand really quickly.
Oh, don't worry, Tsumugi. I'm done for now. This was just a little friendly reminder of who he's messing with. I'm just getting started on better stuff.
Oh, I'm sure you are, Miu. But don't worry, I've got a few tricks of my own up my sleeve. I'll be ready for whatever you throw next. Besides, you've just made my day with this costume. It's perfect.
This entire situation is a prime example of why intellectual discourse is so rare these days. Can we please move on from these childish antics and focus on more substantive matters?
Yeah, let's wrap it up here. We've seen enough costumes for today, I think.
Fine. But Miu, don't think this is over. I'm coming for you next Halloween. You'll never see it coming. I'll stuff your head into a pumpkin and light it on fire. Talk about a Jacko Miu.
Bring it on, Shorty. You're about to be so outclassed.